Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Pool of Radiance. Yep, we finished up at the silver item shop. It basically took selling off every last non-essential magic item that we found at Covel Mansion, and every last gem and piece of jewelry that we'd found. But we managed to get fine composite longbows each for our two fighters and our fighter thief. Now we're just east of the passenger dock, and we are ready to head out of town on our first wilderness mission. Okay, we're actually going to go to the other side of the harbor again, because the first mission or two I'd like to go on are in the central wilderness. So, yeah. So we're going to go to the north entrance to the city. Or maybe just leave. Okay. And notice this is the Barren River. Yeah. Toxic waste. If we go far enough upstream, we'll find the source of the waste. And then there's also a nomad camp up to the north. Okay. So I think we're going to... Yeah, we're on the north edge of the city. And this is where we could enter the graveyard if we wished. And we're going to leave. And truthfully, I'm not hearing the little horse moving, but it's been such a long time, I'm not sure if I should be hearing the horse moving. Okay, there's a lake at the head of the river. You spot a group of sturgeons. Okay, I don't think parleying is going to do much good. No, of course it wouldn't. Sturgeons can't talk. I think you might possibly recall sturgeons from Gateway to the Savage Frontier. I think they've got them in some of the towns there. So, yeah, let's... Okay, we are getting walking sounds in combat here. Let's see how close the nearest sturgeons are now. Not too far. A little too far for darts, so we'll... maybe she could do a sleep spell. That might work. There's certainly few enough hit points that they should have no problem being affected by sleep. Okay. Yeah, when we got done buying the fine composite longbows, we had a whole just over 200 platinum left to our name. So hopefully we'll be able to get a bit more treasure before we have anybody else qualify for a level up. Because we could maybe afford one of those at this point, and that's about it. Okay, and we're just going to have her guard. Oh, yeah. So I think we should be able to have him do a sleep spell as well. That should put the rest of them to sleep. And now Elro here. Yeah, that should do. Okay. Yeah. I mean, all these Sturges are sound asleep, so it's just no trouble at all to whack them silly. Slay them. Slay the helpless Surges with one cruel blow. Okay. And there's no treasure. Let's encamp real quick and see if we can rememorize those sleep spells. Okay. So that was our first wilderness battle in this game. Fairly easy one, actually. Usually you can rest safely in the wilderness, but you never know for sure, so always a good idea to save. But it doesn't really seem to be a good way to do diagonal movement on the wilderness map. You have found a rowboat hidden amongst the reeds. And notice they've got amongst misspelled. Will you take it to the pyramid? Yeah, sure. You're in front of a magnificent pyramid. You have found a secret door that leads into the pyramid. What will you do? Let's enter. Okay, so there's a secret door behind us, and there are a lot of teleporters inside this pyramid. Now, there are some instructions on what to do in the SSI clue book, but I am relying upon some instructions in the old Quest for Clues 2 hint book because it tells you exactly what to do. Okay, upon entering, walk to the first entrance on the right and enter it. You will be teleported to a location on level 2. You see rocks scattered about the smooth flagstones. As you move through the room, there is a flash and you suddenly find yourselves elsewhere. Okay. Follow the hall. Turn right at the first junction and go to the end of the hall. Notice there is no area view in this map. Okay, when we get to the end of the hall, we're going to pick up a rock and throw it through the teleporter before we enter. You see rocks scattered about the smooth flagstones. So we're going to throw a rock. Suddenly it disappears with a flash. And then we're going to move on. As you move through the room, there's a flash, you suddenly find yourself elsewhere. Okay. Then you get teleported to another location on the same level. Now we're going to follow the hall to the end. To a place where there's another teleporter. Kind of a twisty, turny, snaky kind of corridor, isn't it? Okay, that must be the end of the hall there. So we follow the hall to the end, throw a rock, and enter the teleporter. See rocks scattered about the smooth flagstones. Let's throw a rock and move on. As you move through the room, there's a flash, you suddenly find yourself elsewhere. Now we should be on level 3. Okay, and I'm going to so we're at F on level 3, so we're going to go due north a few steps and just go Alright, this time we're going to just move on, I think. And we should be... Okay, we're facing east. We should be in a little L-shaped corridor. I think. Where are we? That's west. That's north. Where are we? Okay, hang on. I'm going to have to look up in the SSI clue book to figure out where we are. Aha. I think we might actually still be on level 2. We're trying to get to this one spot on the 2nd floor. On the 3rd floor, I mean. So I think if we go there, that should take us to where we need to go. I hope. I hope I'm right. Where did we end up? We're at A7 minus. We need to get to A7 plus. Okay. Hang on. I'm going to have to pause the recording to figure out what I'm doing. So just a sec. Okay, I think I know what happened. Where I went was still on level 2, so I went 1 space west. Just went through without throwing a rock. And now I think if I go about 2 spaces north and just move into the teleporter without throwing a rock. Okay, facing east. No, that's not it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this time let's try throwing a rock. Now let's move on. Let's see if that makes a difference. Okay, we're facing north. Yeah, now I know where we are. We're very, very close to the lab of the evil source. There's a sign over the door in front of you. It says, "Don't forget the password." This is followed by the dwarvish runes. There's like 6 of them, and you're supposed to use the code wheel to translate them. And it basically spells the word, should be knock, knock, knock. And if this was the C64 version, it would say not now. So you'd be able to tell if it was a C64 version because this rune and this rune would be different. This is knock, knock. You quickly translate them and say knock, knock. Do you really mean knock, knock? Yes. Okay, and let's see if that lets us through the door. You have entered the fountain chamber. In the center of the room, a column of black, foul water jets up through a clear pipe and out the roof. Yeah, and you might recall how Kirk gets on board the Enterprise, and at one point he's going through this series of pipes with very young Scotty. Yeah, then the reboot of Star Trek. That looks a lot like this, except this is fantasy. Okay. Another pipe running from the wall across and to your right pumps in streams of the foul liquid. All about the room are valves, gauges, petcocks, and pipes. What do you do? Okay. Break the machinery once, then get out of the room before it explodes. Okay, let's destroy the equipment. You have destroyed the last piece of equipment. So let's not hang around too long. We'll move across the room into the next room. Or actually, maybe we want to... Yeah, we'll go to this room here. You have entered a pumping room. Working as slaves in this room are 3 lizard men with whip cuts across their back, who are shackled to the wall by long chains. 2 of them are pouring barrels of the black contaminant into a large vat. The others working a bellows pump. They recoil in fear. Okay, let's advance. They're still recoiling in fear. And let's parley. Yeah, they don't really have a sword and shield because remember, they're slaves. Let's be nice. As you free them, they tell you all about what Urash is doing and how you can get help from their tribe in the swamp. You copy all they say as entry 35 of your journal, which we are flipping to even now. Told in halting speech. Thank you for freeing us. Girash has been experimenting on our people, changing them in horrible ways. Every night we carry off another lizard man with his chest burst open or his head mangled. Girash say he make us like Sahagan. He always say that he make us stronger, better hunters, but all he makes us is dead. We were not allowed to speak when Yarash was around. These marks were passed down to us and remind us of home. They represent the friend word used between lizardmen of different tribes. If you meet lizardmen on the outside, this word may help you. The lizard man carefully scratches marks into the dirt. You may recognize the mark as 2 runes and a path symbol. And basically, if you were to look those up on your code wheel, it would tell you the word Savior. So, in the next episode, I think we'll go back to that door that we passed on our way here. And that will take us to Urash's office, and we get to fight them and then try out the teleporters to his treasure rooms. So we will see you then.